Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Genius Knowledge Point, your go-to place for practical programming solutions for diploma, computer and IT students. If you are stuck on any practical assignment or just want to learn how to solve programs step by step, then you are in the right place. The main purpose of making this video is to provide practical knowledge to all diploma students so that they can develop their own programs which will be helpful for their future. In this video, we are going to see practical number 13 of object-oriented programming, which is for Diploma Computer and IT 3rd semester case scheme. And the practical is regarding to implement hierarchical inheritance. So in the previous practicals, we have seen what is inheritance, then we have seen single level inheritance, then multi-level inheritance, how to perform that multi-level inheritance that we have seen there. So in this practical, we are going to see next type of inheritance, that is hierarchical inheritance. So first of all, what is hierarchical inheritance? So if you see the diagram, in this diagram there is a one class which is the employee class, and it is inherited by two subclasses. So this type of inheritance is called hierarchical inheritance. So whenever there is a one parent class and it is inherited by multiple child classes, then it becomes hierarchical inheritance. So let us move to the question directly. So the question is, write a C++ program to implement the following inheritance: accept and display data for one programmer and one manager. Make a display function virtual. So this is the question. So if you see the diagram, so what is given in the diagram? There is a one class, that is class name is given as employee, then data members is given as EMP ID, that is employee ID is given as, then one more member is given as EMP code. So EMP ID and EMP code are our member variables and function that we have to design. So the function names are not given, but still we have to design in the program. Then this employee class is inherited by one more class, that is programmer, and in the data member is given as a skill. So this is the class detail of programmer, and again the same employee class is inherited by one more class, that is manager, and data member is given as department. So this is how the structure is given. So inside the coding, what we have to do, we have to design this employee class first, and we will inherit that class into programmer and again inherit that same class into manager, and after that we have to create objects of programmer and manager, and we have to call the respective methods. So this is how the structure will be for this question, and we have to make the function display function which is virtual. So the display function is not given here, but we have to assume that there is a display function and we have to define that function, and we have to make it virtual function. So let us move to the coding part. So initially we will be including both the header files, then I am defining the class employee. So inside the class employee I am taking integer variables, that is EMP code and EMP ID, which is given in the question. Then inside a public section I am defining a method, that is void accept, to accept this detail, that is EMP code and EMP ID. So entering just a message, enter ID of employee, and it is accepted into EMP ID, then again entering second message and accepting EMP code. So this is how accept method is complete. Then as given in the question, we have to define one more method, that is display method, and we have to make it virtual. So how to make a method virtual? We have to attach a keyword virtual before that, before the definition of method. So virtual, that is the keyword, then void, this is the return type, and display is our method name, and as the bracket is empty, that means I am not passing any parameter. Then after that I am just displaying both the details, that is EMP ID and EMP code, followed by respective messages. So the display method is complete and it is a virtual method. Then our class is complete. The concept of virtual method that we will see in the later practicals. Next, as given in the question, we have to inherit this employee class into programmer class first, then we will be inheriting that employee class into manager class. So before that we have to inherit into programmer. So the class, then programmer, this is the class name, then colon, and then access specifier I am taking it public, and a parent class name, so employee. So this is how we are inheriting employee class into programmer, and we are inheriting it using public access specifier. So inside programmer, the data member is given in the question, that is skill. So the skill will be having string format, so I am taking array of characters. Then after that, opening public section, inside public section defining one method, that is void get programmer. So this method will be accepting the skill value. So I am just putting a message enter skill, and using scene accepting skill. So the skill value is accepted. Then display method. Now the display method is already defined in the employee class, but we are taking the same name, so that means we are overriding the display method which is given in the employee class. So what happen here? What will happen here? The display method will be overridden with this code. So we are not running the display method of employee class here, we are running the display method of programmer class, because it is redefined here. So this is called method overriding. So inside display method I am just putting the programmer skill as a message and attaching the skill variable which is having some skill data. So the display method is complete, and finally programmer class is also completed. Next, again we are inheriting the employee class into one more class which is given as manager. So class manager colon public employee, this is the inheritance statement of the class definition. Then I am starting the class definition. Inside that I am taking member variable as department, which is again a string, and it is having array of characters. Then again opening public section and adding one more method, that is void get manager, to accept the manager detail, that is department value. So entering the manager department, enter the manager department, this is the message, using scene accepting department. Then after that again redefining the display method which is inherited from employee class. So again we are using method overriding here. So inside display method displaying the manager department as a message and followed by department value. So this is how a method overriding is done in the subclasses. Whenever we are redefining the method which is already defined in the superclass, it is called method overriding. So we have done method overriding here. So this is how the display method is complete, and finally the manager class is also complete. Going into main function, that is int main, creating one object of programmer, that is programmer P, then entering the message enter programmer details. This is simple message, there is nothing accepted here. Then I am running p.getProgrammer. So the getProgrammer method will run and it will accept the skill value for programmer. Then I am creating manager object, that is manager M. Again entering simple message enter manager details and running m.getManager. So it will accept the manager department using this getManager method. So the getManager is run, then entering the simple message programmer details and calling the display method for P object. So it will run display method of programmer class. So it will display the programmer skill, and finally I am calling the display method of M object. So it will display the manager department. So this is how both the display will run, and it will be having different output because we are running them with separate objects and their own methods are defined in their class. So that's why these p.display and m.display will give us different output according to their definition. And finally getSH is there to hold the output screen and return 0, as a main is having integer return type. So the coding part is complete here. Selecting all the code, then going to compiler, pasting the code, then running the code. So it is first asking me to enter programmer details, it is asking me to enter skill, so I am just entering value, then enter manager details, this is the second message, and it is asking me to enter department. So I am entering coding here. So if you see both the display functions are run here. Programmer skill is displayed as a Java which is entered here, and manager department is displayed, which is entered by us. So this is how both the display method are giving us different output, though we are inheriting from employee, but we have redefined them. So that is called method overriding. And whenever we are overriding the method, it will not run the method from parent class, it will run the method from child class. So this is how we have completed this first question. Now the next question is second question. An educational institute wishes to store the data of its employees. The hierarchical relationships of its related classes are shown in the figure. Define all the classes to represent hierarchy and define functions to retrieve individual information as and when required. So if you see the question, the diagram is also given here. So there is one class, that is staff class, and inside that there is a code and name as a member variables. Then it is inherited into teacher, typist and officer. So this is the hierarchical inheritance. And inside teacher we have a publication and subject as a member variables. For officer we have grade as a member variable. For typist, speed is given as a member variable. Again this typist class is inherited into two more classes, that is regular and casual classes. So both the classes are inherited from typist. So this is how the structure will be. This is the very lengthy structure because it is having lot of classes. So initially we have to design or define the staff class, then after that we will create other classes one by one, that is teacher, then typist, then officer. Then again after creating typist we have to create two more classes, that is regular and casual, which are inheriting typist class. So we will move to the coding part directly. So initially the header files are included, then I am defining the staff class, that is class staff. Then inside that I am declaring the member variables as code and name, which is given in the question. Then inside public section I am designing a method, that is accept method, to accept the code and name of staff. So entering message and accepting both the details. Similarly, to display the details I am designing one more method, that is void display. Then again putting the code and name into display function. So the staff class is complete. Next we have to inherit that staff class into teacher. So I am inheriting class teacher and inheriting it as public. So staff class is inherited into teacher class publicly. So next, as given in the diagram, we have to include subject and publication as a data members. Then we have to design some functions. Inside public section I am taking get teacher to accept the teacher details. So inside the get teacher I am calling accept method also. So what it will do, it will run this code for teacher object. So it will accept the staff details for teacher also. And as you know, in inheritance we have already inherited the staff details, plus it has its own details, so which is subject and publication. So for that purpose I am entering message to enter the subject and publication and accepting both the values. So finally get teacher method is closed. Then to display the details I am designing one more method, that is void put teacher. So inside that I am calling display method. What it will do, it will display the code and name of the staff, so that is accepted for teacher. So whenever we are entering details for teacher, it will be accepting name and code also, and that information is displayed using this display method. So it will display the name and code for teacher using this method calling. Then I am displaying the subject and publication. So the put teacher method is complete and the class is also complete. Similarly, designing the next class, that is officer class. So the definition will be almost same, that is class name, then public inheritance, then parent class name, that is staff. Then again taking grade as a data member, which is given in the question. Then inside public section taking one method to accept the data, that is get officer. Again I am calling accept method, so it will accept the name and code for officer object, similar to teacher class. Then I am accepting the grade. Then inside one more method, that is put officer, to display the details I am calling display method, which will display the name and code for officer object. then displaying the officer details. So the officer class is complete. Then as given in the diagram, one more class is inherited from staff, so that is typist class. So going to the typist class, that is inherited using class typist public staff. So staff properties will be inherited to typist class, and inside that the data member is given as speed, so that is words per minute, which is given as a typist speed. Then again opening the public section, designing one more method, that is get typist, to accept the typing speed of the typist. So entering the message and accepting speed value. Then next put typist method is to display the speed value. So the typist class is complete here. Here I am not calling the get data and display function. So I am not calling accept and display function inside typist. So it will just display me the typing speed and its value. So this is how the typist class is complete. Next, as given in the diagram, again we have to inherit typist into two more classes. So first one is regular class. So going to regular class, that is class regular colon public typist. So it is inheriting typist properties into regular. So inside that I am taking variable as a salary. It is not given in the diagram, but I am assuming it as a salary data member. So to get salary value, I am designing one more method inside public section, that is get regular. So displaying the message enter the salary, then accepting the salary value. Similarly, to display the details, put regular method is designed, which will display the salary value. So finally regular class is also complete, and the remaining final class is casual, which is given in the diagram. So class casual colon public and typist, which means typist class is inherited into casual, and as given in the diagram, taking wages as a data member. Then inside public section, designing method get casual to accept the wages value, and one more method is designed put casual to display the wages value. So this is how the casual class methods are complete, and finally the casual class is also complete. Now moving to the main function. So inside main, first clearing the output screen, then creating one object of teacher. So inside that I am just displaying the message to enter teacher details, and then calling get teacher method on T object. So what it will do, it will run the teacher details method, that is get teacher method. It will accept the name and code, then subject and publication. So this is how the teacher details are accepted at this line. Next, creating one more object for officer object. So officer O, this is the object creation. Then printing the message enter officer details, then O dot get officer. So it will accept the officer detail for O object. So this is how the officer and teacher details are accepted. Then creating typist object, then entering a message enter typist details, then calling get typist method on that object. So it will accept the typist details. Then creating regular object, that is regular R, putting one more message enter regular typist details, then calling the get regular method on that R object. So it will accept the regular class details using this method. Then final, the remaining class is casual. So I am calling creating casual C. This is the object of casual class. Then entering the message to enter casual typist details, then calling the get casual method on that object. So it will accept the casual class properties. So finally all the data members are accepted here. Now it is time to put the details. So one by one we will call all the objects using their display method, whichever the method we have designed to display their details, that we are calling one by one. So first calling the teacher details, so T dot put teacher, it will display the teacher details. Then displaying officer details, this is the message. Then O dot put officer, so it will display all the officer detail which we have accepted. Then next entering the message as typist details, then calling TP dot put typist, so it will display typist details. Next printing regular typist detail as a message, then calling put regular method on R object, so it will display the regular class properties or data members which we have accepted. And finally printing casual typist details as a message and calling the C dot put casual method, so it will display the casual class data members. So this is how all the classes are created, their objects are created, their getting methods are called, and their display methods are called here. Finally, get ch is there to hold the output screen, and return 0 is there as a main is having integer data type. So just selecting all, copying the code, going to compiler, pasting code and running the code. So it is asking me to enter teacher details, and first it is asking me to enter code of the staff. I am just entering some value, name of staff I am putting ABCD, then subject Java, then publication Nirali. Then it is asking me to enter officer details. Again it is asking me code, because we have called same method in the officer classes also. Then name of the staff, EQRS, officer grade as A. Then it is asking me to enter typist details. I am just putting words per minute as 25. Regular typist details, it is asking me to enter salary, so entering 10,000. Then daily wages of typist, it is the casual typist details, so I am entering 400. So this is how all the details are accepted at this step, and finally as we have designed, it is displayed in the output screen. So teacher details are displayed as code, name, subject and publication. Then similarly officer details are displayed, then typist details is displayed, then regular typist salary is displayed, and casual typist daily wages are displayed. So this is how we have designed all the classes properly. We have inherited them according to the given question. We have created their respective objects and called their getting and setting displaying methods. So this is how the second question is completed. Now the next question is under practical related questions, that is write a C++ program to implement given class hierarchy, and the diagram is given here. So inside diagram there is one parent class, that is player. Inside that name and matches, these are the data members given. Then after that display function is given, which will be displaying the values, and one more function we have to design to accept the details, which is not given here, but we have to define that function. Then it is inherited into two classes, so it will become hierarchical inheritance. So first class is batsman, then inside that total score, per match score and average, these are the data members given, and calculate average and display, these are the functions given. But if you see, the display function is also present in the parent class. So what will happen? It will override the parents class display function if we define it in here. So we have to see in coding how to deal with this type of coding. Then again it is inherited into one more class, that is bowler, and inside that number of wickets, this is the data member, and display function is also present here. So again display function is there. So we have to see in the coding how to deal with this type of structure. So let us move to the coding part. So initially we will be including both the header files. Then I am creating class player. Inside that I am taking public section directly. Then as given in the diagram, name and matches, these are the data members, data member variable which are given in the diagram that I am taking. Then accept function I am defining. Inside that I am accepting the name and matches value inside the accept function using the messages and cin values. Then after that I am using the display function to display the name and matches which is accepted from user. Then after that the class is complete. Then as given in the diagram, we have to inherit that player class into batsman. So class batsman, then colon public player. So what it will do, it will inherit the player's properties into batsman class. So inside that we are defining integer total score and match score as given in the diagram. Total score, per match score, and average is also there, which is a float value. So three data members are designed here. Then inside public section I am designing calculate average function. This is the given in the diagram. So calculate average function will be calculating the average. So inside this function directly I am accepting the values. I am not defining one more function as a accept or get data to accept this total score and match score. So using this function only I am directly accepting the value. So it will save the coding part. So enter total score, this is the message, it will be accepted. Then match score will be accepted here. Then finally we have to calculate the average. So AVG, which is the data member variable, is equal to total score divided by matches. So this will be the calculation part, and to convert into float value we have used explicit typecasting here. So this is how the value will be converted into float and stored into AVG variable. So calculate average function is done. Next, to display the values we have to design the display function. So void display, this is the given in the diagram. So inside that I want to display the details from player class. So what it will do, if I am not, what will happen here, the display function will override this coding because the function names are same. So to run this code, what I have to do, I have to call it using scope resolution operator. So this is how I am calling the display function, which is inside player class. So how I am calling it, player, then scope resolution operator and display. So at this line it will run this code, that is name of the player will be displayed and number of matches will be displayed. So this is how you can call the parent class any function using the scope resolution operator. Why we are doing this? Because the display function name is same in the both parent class as well as child class, and if I am designing it in the child class, it is going to replace that which is designed in the parent class. So this is how the display function is called for player object. Then as the batsman class is having its own member variables, so we have to display those using the cout statement. So batsman total score, which is displayed here, then match score is displayed and average is also displayed. So these are the member variables which are inside batsman class, and the display function will be displaying the member variables which are accepted using this display function. So then the batsman class is complete. Then again creating one more class, that is bowler class, which is again inheriting player. Inside that taking wickets as a data member. Then again opening public section, calling the get bowler method, designing get bowler method. Inside that entering the wickets, then designing display function. Again the name is same here, display. So again if you want to call the display function for players or details, so again I am using scope resolution operator, that is player double colon display. So this is how it will be running the method which is designed in the player class for bowler class object. So this is how the bowler details will be displayed here, that is it will display the name and matches. Then moving to the bowler data member, that is wickets. So just displaying the wickets value using the message and attachment. So this is how the bowler class is also complete. Then moving to the main function, into main, first clearing the output screen, then creating one object of batsman class, that is BT, then entering batsman details. This is the message, this will be the printed as a text only, it is not accepting anything. Then I am running bt.accept method. What it will do, it will run the accept method, but if you see the accept method is not defined here, but it is present here because it is inherited from this player class. So it will run the name and matches accepting code. So this is how the accept method will be called here for batsman object. Then calling the bt.calculate average method. So it will be accepting the score and match score and calculating the average, and that calculation will be done here. It is not displaying anything, it is just accepting the values and calculating it. So finally the accept method is run, then we have calculate average method has run. Then we are creating one more object of bowler class, that is bowler BL. Then inside that running bl.accept method. So again it is accepting the details which is designed in the player class. So again it will be accepting name and matches. These values will be accepted, but those values will be accepted for bowler object. So this is how the accept is run. Then I am running one more method, that is bl.getBowler method. So this is designed by its own to accept the number of wickets. So Using this method, the wickets number will be accepted. So the get methods are done here. Now it is time to display all the details. So first I will display the batsman details. So this is just a message. Then I am calling bt.display method. So what it will run? First it will display the it will run the display method which is designed in the player class. So it will display name and matches details on this line. Then after that it will display the total score, match score and average. So this is how the display method will be running. Then again I am putting simple message to enter the bowler details. So this is a message, and again calling the display method for BL object. So it will run the display method which is inside bowler class. So what it will run? First it will run the method which is designed inside player class, but it will run it for bowler object, and finally it will display the wickets. So this is how the bowler details will be displayed, and finally getch is there to hold the output screen, and return 0 is there to end the main program. So just copying all the code, going to compiler, opening a new file, then running the code. So it is asking me to enter batsman details, name of the player. I am entering PQRS, number of matches I am entering 50, then total score I am entering 5000, the match score I am entering 80. So it is asking me the second details, that is bowler details. So again it is asking me to enter the name of the player because we are calling the accept method. So ABCD is the name, then number of matches I am entering 60, number of wickets I am entering 80. So this is how all the details is accepted here, and after that it has displayed the batsman details which we have entered and bowler details which we have entered according to our code. So batsman details is visible here and bowler details is also visible. So this is how the hierarchical inheritance is done for this question. Now moving toward the second question of practical related questions, that is write a C++ program to implement given figure class hierarchy, and the diagram is given here. It is having similar structure which we have seen in the previous example. So the same structure is there, staff class is there, then teacher class is there, officer class is there. So staff is having code as a variable, teacher is having subject as a variable, officer is having grade as a variable. So directly moving to the coding part. So as we have designed already this type of coding, so this structure is similar to the staff code which we have seen in the previous example. So just see the classes. So staff class is there, integer code is there, accept function is there to accept the code, display function is displaying the code. Then inheriting that staff into teacher class, and inside that taking subject as a member variable. Then get teacher method is there to accept the subject, and put teacher method is there to display the subject. So again creating one more class which is officer, inheriting staff class, inside that grade is given. So taking the grade as an array of characters, then get officer method is there to accept the grade value, and put officer method is there to display the grade value. So the officer class is also complete. So all the classes are completed. Moving to the main function directly, clearing the output screen, creating one object of teacher, then entering the message to enter teacher details, and running t.getTeacher method. So it will accept the teacher details, then creating object of officer class, then putting a message to enter officer details, then calling the get officer method of object officer class. So it will be accepting the officer details, and finally putting both the objects and calling their display method. So t.putTeacher will be displaying the teacher details, and o.putOfficer will be displaying the officer details. So this is how the class is complete, and getch is there to hold the output screen, and finally the main is complete. So if you see, the question is similar, but it is having less number of classes. If you see the previous example, that is, it is having staff, teacher, then officer, typist, regular and casual classes. But this program is having less number of classes and it is displaying all the details accordingly. So just copying this code, going to compiler, pasting the code and running the code. So first I have to enter the teacher details. Subject, I'm entering Java. Then it is asking me officer details. I'm entering officer grade as A grade, and it is displaying all the details as it is. We have entered it. So teacher details is displayed, teacher subject is displayed as we have entered, and officer details is also displayed. So this is how this question is complete, and also your practical number 13 is complete, which is regarding hierarchical inheritance. So that's it for today's practical. I hope this helped you understand the solution clearly. The code for this practical is available at the link given in the description. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such diploma level programming solutions. If you have any doubts or need solutions for other programs, drop a comment below. I will be happy to help. And hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching and happy coding.